The circuit is used to acquire a sound output of the heartbeat from the stethoscope. It is a biomedical signal processing system, and I will explain the different stages and details. Stage 1, test point 1 and 2. The IC is TL072. It is a dual low noise JFET input channel purpose op amp. Based on the circuit, it is closed loop non-inverting op amp. The capacitor C1 of 10 microfarads is used to block the DC bias voltage from the input and only allow AC bias voltage to pass through. After C1 is the two 10k ohms resistor that acts as a voltage divider or a level shifter, which supplies the op amp 4.5 volts, enable the op amp to operate at the single supply mode. And the resistors R2 and R3 and capacitors C2 and C3 form the passband filter. The band pass gain is 1 plus 22k over 10k equals to 23. The coupling capacitor C4 couples the output from the first amplifier as if any input offset were amplified. C4 would amplify the output offset, overcoming the input offset, blocking the DC and allowing AC to pass through. The setting for stage 1 will be 9 volts for DC supply, 10 Hz, 200 millivolts peak to peak for function generator, and the oscilloscope, the channel 1 of oscilloscope will be at test point 1, and the channel 2 of oscilloscope will be at test point 2. Referring to lab 1, the voltage gain of stage 1 at 10 Hz should be around 10. After calculation, the voltage gain of stage 1 at 10 Hz is 13.75. With a single supply op amp, the negative part of the curve will be cut off. However, with the voltage divider slash level shifter, the waveform is shifted up by 4.5 volts so that no waveform will be cut off. Stage 2, the IC TL072 is a negative feedback amplifier. The negative feedback is a portion of the output voltage of the amplifier returned to the input with a phase inversion, also known as 180 degrees out of phase. Hence, the trimmer controls the feedback signal that can reduce the overall gain of the amplifier and will not saturate the output voltage. Resistors R9 and R10 that are 10 kilo ohms each form the voltage divider or the level shifter and is connected to pin 5 or TL072. It allows the op amp to operate at a single supply mode. This also ensures that no potential waveform will be clipped. For the setup of stage 2, channel 1 of the oscilloscope will be at test point 2, and channel 2 of the oscilloscope will be at test point 3. At test point 3, the output will be at 6 volts when the trimmer is adjusted to the max and the waveform will be saturated and cut off. Stage 3, capacitor C5 of 10 microfarad will filter out DC bias voltage and allow AC bias voltage to pass through. Resistors R11 and R12 of 10 kilo ohms each act as a voltage divider or level shifter. The voltage divider allows the IC to function in single supply mode. The level shifter will ensure that no waveform will be clipped. For IC2A TL072 is patched as Sallen-Key second order low pass filter made out of two low pass RC networks. The first C7 providing feedback for shaping responses near the edge of saturation. This filters out high frequency while allowing low frequency to pass through. Referring to lab 2, frequencies within and below of 500 Hz will have unity gain, while frequencies above 500 Hz will have a decrease in voltage gain. The second, C8, it is used to filter out DC signals while allow AC signals to pass through. To find the bandwidth, we will follow the formula. For the setup of stage 3, channel 1 will be at TP3, test point 3, and channel 2 will be at test point 4. There should be an output voltage of 4 volts, and the voltage will be affected by the trimmer at stage 2. Stage 4 IC LM386N1 is an amplifier that provides the current to drive the speaker. This IC is designed to drive a single supply internally, therefore no voltage divider is needed. Capacitor C15 is used to filter out high frequencies that is above 40 kHz to ensure stability of the output waveform. Capacitor C13 will filter out DC bias voltage and allow AC bias voltage to pass through. The final output will be the voltage before saturation, which when tested will be around 7.2 volts. For the setup of stage 4, channel 1 at test point 4, channel 2 and test point 5. Trimmer 2 will be used to control the output voltage at test point 5.